Now just give me a smile.
Juno, are you sure we're going the right way?
I've never been lost in my life.
Open your eyes.
나아가 인제까지 본 악질 중에서
Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're diving into the thrilling and chilling world of horror movies. I've picked some unique and lesser-known titles that you might not have heard of yet. This list doesn't include the typical super famous films like Halloween, The Evil Dead, or The Conjuring. Choosing horror movies can be tricky because this genre is very subjective. Still, I've tried to find films that most viewers enjoyed, even if they received mixed reviews. Let's get started. The first film I want to introduce is probably one of the most well-known in this list. It's from South Korea and called I Saw the Devil. While Korean cinema is more famous for its romantic and dramatic films, when it comes to horror, they often go for a very violent approach to scare you. This film tells the story of a security officer whose pregnant wife is brutally murdered by a psychopathic killer. He decides to take matters into his own hands, seeking revenge in the most gruesome way possible. These types of films are called slasher movies, where a psychopathic killer slashes his victims with a knife, and the focus is on showing extreme violence. The film also tackles themes of vengeance and how a normal person can transform into a monster. The second film I want to introduce is The Descent, an American horror film about 6 women who enter the depths of a cave and find themselves trapped in tunnels unknown to humans, where they encounter terrifying creatures. This film is notably comparable to the Blair Witch Project. While Blair Witch relies on psychological fear and mystery, The Descent intensifies the terror with darkness and physical danger. One key aspect of The Descent is its dark cinematography, forcing you to pay close attention to the details. Director Neil Marshall uses this, along with eerie sounds, to immerse the audience in a truly terrifying atmosphere. Unlike typical horror films that rely on visual jump scares, The Descent creates real, deep terror with a consistent tension. Additionally, it maintains this high level of suspense until the very end, unlike many other films that lose momentum halfway through. The next film I want to introduce is the third one on this list, from Spain. It's called Rec, 2007, and it was revolutionary for its time in the horror genre due to its unique filming style. This technique, called found footage, involves using raw, unedited footage such as videos from mobile phones or security cameras to tell the story. The film uses this style to convey the plot, which has attracted a specific audience. Notable examples in this genre include Paranormal Activity. The story follows a Spanish reporter who, along with her colleague, is sent on assignment to cover the fire department's activities. Their assignment takes them to a building where strange events are happening. The residents of the building exhibit unusual behavior, and it appears they've contracted a mysterious disease. The firefighters and reporters enter to uncover the cause of these strange happenings. REC is a tense, thrilling film, especially with its use of shaky cameras and shifting angles, which keeps the audience constantly on edge. If you enjoy films with rapidly changing visuals, this one will definitely provide a truly scary experience. The fourth film I'm going to introduce is a Thai movie called Shutter, which was inspired by Japanese filmmaking techniques and specifically drew from the horror styles of that country. Released in 2004, it quickly gained international popularity. After its global success, an American version was made, but it couldn't shine as brightly as the original. The story centers around a photographer who gradually notices mysterious changes in his life. He discovers an image of an unknown person in his photos, someone who doesn't exist in the real world. His wife, worried about these strange occurrences, decides to investigate to uncover what this mysterious figure is and why it is disrupting their lives. Through this search, they enter the eerie and mysterious world surrounding the entity. Shudder is a film that spends much of its time in puzzling and tense situations, creating a powerful sense of fear and anxiety for its audience. The film, with its unique atmospheric design and thrilling tensions, has managed to maintain its appeal even today. At the time of its release, Shudder was one of the significant innovations in the horror genre, and even after more than 20 years, it still captivates audiences by creating terrifying and enigmatic spaces, drawing them into a mysterious and frightening photographic world. With its distinctive storytelling style and complex portrayals of supernatural beings, the film leaves a lasting impression on viewers, pulling them deeper into the search for its hidden secrets. The fifth film on this list is a horror film from Hong Kong that is clearly inspired by Japanese filmmaking styles, offering innovations within its genre. The film, titled The Eye, was released in 2002 and quickly gained global attention. An American version was made starring Jessica Alba, but it failed to replicate the success of the original, receiving negative reviews. Additionally, an Indian remake of the film was produced, offering a different take on the story. The plot follows a blind girl who has lived her entire life in darkness, but regains her sight through surgery. Initially, she is shocked and confused when, for the first time, she looks in the mirror and doesn't recognize herself. Instead of seeing her own face, she sees the face of another girl, the previous owner of the eyes. As the story progresses, she learns that the former owner of these eyes committed suicide due to the disturbing images she saw. Now the protagonist must face the same terrifying and mysterious images. The Eye immerses viewers in its dark, tense atmosphere, with gripping visuals that draw them into a mysterious and fear-laden world. The film focuses heavily on creating suspense and mental puzzles that keep the audience intrigued. These qualities have allowed The Eye to become one of the most notable works in the horror genre, maintaining its position as a standout film in horror cinema. The sixth film on this list is a supernatural horror from South Korea titled The Wailing. This film uses themes of ghosts and demons to draw you into a terrifying world. Set in a remote village in South Korea, the story revolves around a mysterious illness that affects the villagers, turning their eyes blood red and causing severe burns and inflammation on their skin. Following these events, several strange and horrific murders occur. The twist is that the murderers are members of the victim's own family, though the identity of the entity or force compelling these acts remains unclear. Rumors spread in the village about a Japanese witch living on the nearby hills, with some believing that the strange happenings are the result of her dark magic. The film follows a group of police officers trying to unravel the mystery behind these murders. The Wailing is distinctive in several ways. While it might feel a bit slow and lengthy in the early parts, as the film runs for 156 minutes, it gradually immerses the viewer in a chilling atmosphere. It's not so much about solving the puzzle as it is about creating a sense of dread and fear. It's advised not to focus too much on understanding every detail, but rather to embrace the eerie mood. Eventually, the film delivers intense, heart-pounding sequences that make it a unique and unforgettable experience. Alright friends, that's it for today's video. Honestly, recommending horror films isn't easy. No matter how much effort we put into creating a great list, there will always be people who say this or that film wasn't good. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. In the comments section, let me know what you think about the films I mentioned. If you liked a film, suggest it to others, and if you think a film isn't worth watching, make sure to say so. Also, if you know of any other great horror films, guide others in the comments. If you like the video, don't forget to like it, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any future videos. This way, you'll always be up to date with the latest content. Thanks for joining me. I'm looking forward to your comments and see you in the next video.